Hi everyone, thanks so much for checking in today. This video is going to be about meditation. And when I first thought about recording it in advance of releasing some guided meditations that I hope to share with you, I was going to start getting into some of the science behind the benefits of meditation and get a little more in depth about why it's become a very popular practice in more recent times. But I realized, number one, a lot of that information is already out there and can be pretty easily accessed if you're interested. But also, there are so many benefits, and some of the reasoning behind the benefits is pretty complicated. And so I didn't want to try to kind of gloss over that in a shorter video. So it's my hope to come back later on and share a little bit more, maybe broken up into different pieces, about the many benefits of meditation and also some of the science behind it, as it's being pretty heavily researched now. But I thought that I would start today with talking a little bit more about the value that I have found in meditation. Now, I'll say that meditation, when I first started learning about it, was not super appealing because I'm somebody who's always been really active. And for me, usually if I'm feeling stressed or feel like a buildup of energy that needs to be released, my go to is physical movement. And so before I really started exploring meditation, I started exploring yoga, which again was challenging for me as somebody who's super active. Yoga initially felt like way too slow, and it just didn't give me the same adrenaline rush that I would get from playing sports or running or doing other types of cardio exercise. But as I grew to love yoga and understand and see in my own life the benefits of yoga, I then was able to start to also embrace and understand the benefits of meditation, since yoga, in and of itself, depending on how you practice it, but traditional yoga is itself moving meditation. And then I started, especially when I was in yoga teacher training, beginning to experiment with different types of meditation. But where my meditation practice really took hold was about probably 2 years ago, coinciding about with the beginning of the pandemic. And the reason behind that is, number one, I started working with a teacher that practices meditation and teaches meditation regularly. But also, I was encountering some of my own health limitations, physical limitations, due to a kind of a chronic back issue at this point. And so there were many times where I couldn't rely on my go to yoga practice or cardiovascular exercise practice to help me release energy and achieve that sense of inner calm that I was looking for. And so I really started to embrace seated meditation and understand how I could still get a lot of the same benefits through seated meditation that I was getting through more active practices. And the nice thing too is that it's something that you can really hold on to throughout your lifespan, regardless of what kind of physical ups and downs you have. And also, it's something that to some degree is more accessible when you're out in the world than other physical practices. You can't, if you're in your office and you're feeling stressed, you can't necessarily throw on your running shoes and go for a run or throw down your yoga mat and do, a 20-minute yoga practice. But you can sit and take a few deep breaths or close your eyes and visualize a safe space for a few minutes. And even just doing a few minutes can bring you back to that space where you're feeling more grounded and relaxed, but also maybe have a little more clarity of mind. And so I like to share this because I think a lot of people, like many things, they know meditation is good for them. They know that it might be recommended for them, but it may be hard to wrap your mind around what could you physically experience or what could actually be the benefits for you. And like I said, meditation could be really tricky at first for somebody who's not used to doing it, and especially for people that have a very busy mind or a very busy body, and it feels very awkward and maybe even uncomfortable to sit still. But I definitely recommend giving it a chance if you are interested in it at all, because, like I said, it's one of those practices that doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of effort necessarily. Well, I won't say it won't take effort, because quieting and stilling your mind is a practice for sure. Um, but like I said, it's one of those things that doesn't take a lot of time necessarily, can be done almost anywhere, and can be accessible regardless of what kind of physical shape you're in and what your health limitations are. So I hope over these next few weeks, as I start to release some guided meditations for you to try, that you'll check them out and let me know what you think. Take care and have a good rest of your day.